Hello, in this video we are going to look at the work of Douglas Mcgregor. Douglas Mcgregor is the founder of the Theory X and Theory Y managerial theory of motivation. On this slide here you will see some background information about Douglas Mcgregor, including his date of birth and his unfortunate date of death. Now, Mcgregor's Theory X and Y in a nutshell is about the perception a manager has of their employees. As we see in the images, a Theory X manager can be seen as highly aggressive because they believe that all their employees are lazy, demotivated, and need constant management. This creates a negative atmosphere in the workforce, which leads to a lack of efficiency and productivity. A Theory Y manager, on the other hand, treats their employees as if they are capable, creative, and able to work on their own initiative without being heavily managed. So they believe that their employees are capable of achieving great things. A Theory X manager assumes employees do not enjoy their job and work, is highly pessimistic, which means they are highly negative, assumes employees need to be closely managed through appraisals and monitoring, so they believe in reward and punishment, are highly authoritarian, which means that their command is what you should follow and there is no room for negotiation, and they are highly controlling people. Therefore, employees that are managed by a Theory X manager often lack in ambition and motivation, have limited opportunity to work on their own initiative, are not very creative, dislike their work, and are only motivated extrinsically rather than being motivated from within. On the other hand, we have a Theory Y manager who allows employees to take ownership of their work, allows their employees to be creative, involves employees in decision-making processes, trusts employees to complete tasks independently, and encourages employee progression. Therefore, employees managed by a Theory Y manager work on their own initiative, tend to be creative problem solvers, are intrinsically motivated, so they can become motivated from within themselves, and are passionate about their jobs. So they are highly positive, motivated people that produce high levels of work. So remember, the main idea behind Theory X and Theory Y is not describing employees and their motivation. It describes how a manager views their employees and how they reflect that viewpoint on their managerial style and ultimately how their team evolves around them. So the advantages of understanding Mcgregor's theory in the workplace is to encourage the correct behaviour within your employees, trying to avoid Theory X ideology, and trying to encourage Theory Y behaviours. This will tend to lead to higher amounts of efficiency and productivity within the workforce, and a happier workforce, which is ever more important in 2020 due to an ever-growing awareness of mental health within the workplace. So, something to think about is, to what extent do you think this theory is accurate and relevant? Well, we all know that if we are told we cannot do something, or we are stupid, or unable to do something, we will eventually start to believe that. In psychology, we refer to this as a self-fulfilling prophecy, which means the more we are told something about ourselves, the more we believe it, whether it be true or untrue. So the main issues with this theory in the 2020 workplace is that the nature of work in itself is a highly complicated environment. So not all employees will fall into either category. Some managers will be conflicted over how to treat certain employees. So therefore, you need to have a more rounded view of your employees rather than trying to categorize them as either lazy or highly motivated. It doesn't take into account individual differences in employees, and that sometimes employees have good days and bad days. I hope this has helped you to understand Theory X and Y. Thank you very much.